Welcome back. Tottenham Hotspur are 4-0 up at half-time against Marine. 8 levels of English football below them. And Jose Mourinho is going to give a debut to a young man wearing number 54. Alfie Devine is coming on. Musa Sissoko is going off. And Toby Alderweireld is also making way. Japhet Tanganga is going to replace him. Tanganga we've seen before in a Tottenham first team, not so much Alfie Devine. One change for Marine. Michael Howard, number 18, replacing number 17, Adam Hughes. Clive Allen alongside me. 1st of August 2004. I'm not exactly sure what I was doing, but it doesn't seem all that long ago. Alfie Devine was being born.
Absolutely, a young talent that's been brought in from Wigan Athletic, and another technician midfield player who will have played with, obviously, Harvey White coming through the youth ranks. So he'll slot in now alongside Harvey White, Dele Alli and Fernandez.
Japhet Tanganga has gone to the right side of central defence with Matt Doherty still at right back. And when I've seen Tanganga play before, it's been as a right back, but he'll sit alongside Joe Rodon there. Spurs leading by 4-0. It's Solomon Davis with the right-footed ball forward, looking for Neil Kengi, who will probably struggle to get to sleep tonight because he'll be going through in his head the what-ifs after that dipping left footer cannoned the Tottenham crossbar with the score at 0-0. American's forward ball is dealt with by Spurs and Dele Alli. Got 2 Devines on the pitch. Number 20 for Marine is Jay, and 54 for Spurs is Alfie. It's a free kick to Marine. Quite a day for him. 16.
Well, he just has a look at Dele Alli and the way he went about his business in that first half, playing exactly the same manner that he does in the youth teams, doing nothing different or try to do anything spectacular. He's a good technician, he's young Alfie Devine.
It's a Tottenham throw-in. Matt Doherty is going to take this. Here is Alfie Devine, just had the ball taken away from him by Hamami, played into the edge of the Spurs area. Cummings, Kengi. Kengi's left-footed shot, and that one didn't trouble Joe Hart that much. Davis having a little look up. Josh Hamami is ahead of him down the touchline. That's where substitute Michael Howard tried to play it. It's a throw into Marine. Kengi. Devine can try and get Spurs moving with the pass into Lucas Moura. Had a lot of pace on it. Lucas Moura couldn't quite control it. Harvey White now. Jetson Fernandez.
Dele Alli was the better option. He tried to pick out the run of Vinicius. Dele Alli is furious with Fernandez. He thought that he could have just rolled the ball square to him.
Dele Alli.
Harvey White feeling the effects of a challenge.
Kengi having a run at Ben Davis here. Davis has managed to wrestle it away from him. His clearance is collected by Solomon Davis. Jay Devine. Charge down is Barragan. And back to goalkeeper Passant by Miley. Ben Davis with the header, bounces off Jay Devine, falls into Alfie Devine for Tottenham Hotspur. knocked away into the path of Tanganga. Dele Alli, don't want to give him too much space. He attacks the penalty area, trying to dink a little ball into the run of Matt Doherty. Didn't quite come off.
He just delayed it a fraction too long, did Dele Alli. Good run, the extra touch, and Doherty had got too far in advance. He couldn't feed the ball through to him.
Barragan. Chase on, but the whistle has gone.
I think Michael Oliver was trying to give Marine the advantage there when that ball was played forward, but there was a late challenge.
Well, the set piece will be the cue for the back line to advance, with the exception of Solomon Davies, but Miley's up there and David Raven is up there. Miley wearing 5 tall presents just outside the Spurs penalty area. In goes the free kick towards Miley. Miley was beaten in the air by Tanganga. Hamami with the chance to cross. Joe Hart came, gave it a shout, came, committed, caught it. Good goalkeeping. Yeah,
just what you want, especially when you're the central defenders backing onto the goalkeeper. You want him to come and be positive, vocal, and that's exactly what Joe Hart was. Claimed it, took the pressure off.
Here's White. First touch by Dele Alli. Something going on between Dele Alli and Cummings there, yeah, wasn't there? I think it was sort of with a smile on the face.
I think Noel Cummings was just trying to draw Dele Alli there. A little bit of a late challenge when he laid that ball off.
Matt Doherty. Raven for Marine. Forward by Jay Devine. Nicely round the corner. Now Hamami trying to get forward. Kengi to his right hand side. Hamami shot. It's just a bit of a dribble in the end. He didn't catch it at all.
Yeah, I think he just ran out a little bit of substance there when he really well found. Cummings turns the ball round the corner for him to advance. He takes the shot on from a long way. Doesn't trouble Joe Hart.
Lucas Moura.
Got to deny Dele Alli the time and space that he has in this second half, Steve. Otherwise he's just going to orchestrate the whole of the game.
There's some lovely scenes before the game actually, as the Tottenham Hotspur team bus arrived. The pavements were dotted with home supporters who applauded Tottenham into the ground, which was nice to see. And I made reference to that game against Tranmere Rovers a couple of years ago. I remember Son Heung-min, I think, had an outstanding game that night, and he was applauded by the home fans. There's a nice spirit about this one as well. Alfie Devine. White felt a challenge there from Hamami. Here's Dele Alli.
It's the second time he's been caught in the second half, Harvey White.
Dele Alli just tried to put it through the legs of Anthony Miley, who'll be glad that he didn't buy it. Hamami to Cummings. Strong sliding challenge from Barragan. Alfie Devine comes away with the ball. Tanganga. It's only the second time in FA Cup history that a team playing as low as the 8th tier has reached the third round of the FA Cup. The first occasion was 13 years ago now, when a team from the Midlands, Chasetown, played Cardiff City, who were in the second tier at the time. That's a good turn, and Vinicius puts it over the top of the crossbar.
Yeah, just pins Devine, and then as the ball comes back off of his control on the swivel, he's trying to fire it in. Lucas Moura clips it up, just uses his strength body strength to hold the defender off. It's a good first touch, but on the half turn, just lashes underneath the ball.
Well, his goal per game tally in this loan spell from Tottenham Hotspur is looking quite impressive, especially with the three he's tucked in today. Carlos Vinicius, he's playing his 9th game for Tottenham Hotspur, only 5 of which he started, and he has 6 goals so far, doubling his tally here. Lucas Moura forward. And of course, if you're a central striker at Tottenham Hotspur, you know that you're not going to get that many chances, because no one dislodges Harry Kane.
No, but what Jose Mourinho will know, that he can rely on him coming in, and he's certainly taken his opportunities, and when called upon, he's been outstanding. So Jose will be delighted with his contribution.
Gareth Bale is getting himself ready.
He's been out with a calf injury, hasn't he, Gareth Bale? And I think it was reported that he actually asked to come
That's right.
with this group. He wants game time, he wants to get involved.
Jedson Fernandez in a strong challenge. Ball skews away to Dele Alli.
They've got to come and close him, pressurise him, otherwise he's going to, really is going to just play free. He's going to destroy Marine, given the time and space that they're allowing him at the moment.
10 minutes into the second half now. I hope Gareth Bale's brought a few spare shirts with him, because every single one of the Marine players is going to want one. As the home side come forward, Cummins. Well, no further damage done in the first 11 minutes of the second half. Kengi with a clip ball forward, Rod on with a cushioned header.
I do think Spurs with a 4-goal advantage have eased back a little bit, Steve, but they've done well since the start of this second half of Marine.
Mami just beaten by Lucas Moura, who seemed to have allowed the ball to get away from him for a second. Has it again now, the Brazilian. Carlos Vinicius to Dele Alli. Lucas Moura, Dele Alli. Delightful stuff, very good challenge by Joyce.
Yeah, it's good quality 1 and 2 touch passing, not allowing Marine to get close to make challenges, get physical contact, moving the ball quickly.
Dele Alli again. Davis.
He's done well, Dele Alli, Steve. People would say, well, yeah, he should be able to dictate in a game of this nature, but his decision-making's been very good in terms of the timing of releasing the ball. When his pressure comes, he's moved it quickly. When he's had time to control it, like here, and look and survey the situation, he's taken that as well. I think his game management has been excellent this evening.
Simon Davis, but they're struggling now to get yellow shirts up over the halfway line. Marine, it's just about containing at the moment, really. Jedson Fernandez skips past 1 and 2. The referee says yes, it is a free kick.
He was halted in his stride there. Jedson Fernandez played the ball to Moura, continued his run into a brick wall.
Matt Doherty now with the cross, which is a poor one, but retrieved by Ben Davis. Lucas Moura tried to divert it goalwards and put it wide. Carlos Vinicius ended up with his head in his hands, because he knows that this nearly fell to him.
It nearly just ricocheted away from Lucas Moura, who tries to just punch a side foot finish into the corner. Fiercely driven in by Davis, and a poor contact from Lucas Moura.
Away by Passant.
There's not a lot of room for the Spurs subs to warm up, is there, Steve? I'm not sure where Gareth Bale's gone at the moment.
Ball has
what
gone
number
into
is it?
Someone's garden, yeah. They actually did have numbers on that netting around the ground, and the purpose of the numbers is it correlates with the house numbers. There we are.
23.
And so you know when the ball boy runs around the corner onto the street, he knows what number house to look for.
It's next door to Jurgen's house.
Yes. Yeah. Trying to get through the challenge. It spins away to Lucas Moura. Backheel finds Devine. Devine cuts inside and scores. What a lovely moment for him. Alfie Devine, 16 years old, on his debut, scores his first ever senior goal, and Tottenham Hotspur have 5.
Well, that's a way to make your debut, isn't it? He does well because he makes the overlap. And Lucas Moura backheels it into his path. He's still got a lot to do, but he does really well, cutting back onto his favoured right foot and then firing it, fierce shot, in at the near post for Spurs' 5th goal on the night, and his first for Tottenham Hotspur.
Well, this bit of footage is going to get a lot of wear on the Devine family TV.
He does really well to cut back inside, but then he has the awareness to drill that ball in at the near post. Looks like the keeper's got it shut off, but it's such a well-hit shot. Delight for the young man.
Devine scores. Marine 0, Tottenham 5. Half an hour to go, slightly under of normal time anyway. I'm not sure at what point for Marines players that what is an occasion obviously they will enjoy and remember for the rest of their lives becomes a bit painful.
Yeah, they certainly wouldn't want to concede too many more. Makes it look a little bit embarrassing for them, and that's exactly what they wouldn't have wanted on such a momentous day for the football club.
Well, the club first made the FA Cup proper back in 1995. They were drawn against Shrewsbury in the first round and they lost 11-2. So there is still some way to go before records of a kind they don't want to set. Lucas Moura. No foul, says Michael Oliver. Hamami here. Couldn't put it into the path of Barragan. Here's Jedson Fernandez for Spurs.
Well, Jose ready in 2 substitutes now. Certainly, I feel it'll be 1 or 2 of the senior players that are still out there that will make way.
Here's Lucas Moura striding forward, and he's tripped right on the edge of the penalty area, and that might be a yellow card. I think Michael Oliver might just be kind to Michael Howard and leave it in his pocket.
Yeah, again, Lucas Moura taking off Howard leaving Howard in his wake, and you see just really runs into the back of Lucas Moura to deny him the chance to break into the 18-yard box, but another dangerous position to give a free kick away in.
Yeah, now Lucas Moura has scored, of course, from one in the first half. This might favour more the left foot, so the conversation is possibly going to involve Dele Alli, but Harvey White looks keen on this. Harvey White it is, and that's over the top.
Yeah, I think he just changes his mind at the last second, Harvey White, from striking the ball with a bit of pace. He tries to just ease it over the wall.
So Tottenham changes. Gareth Bale is coming on and Dele Alli is making way. That's the first change. What a performance from Dele Alli, and what a guy to bring on Gareth Bale.
Absolutely outstanding performance from Dele Alli. His chances have been few and far between this season. But for me, he's been the star performer tonight.
And Gareth Bale, it'll be quite a while, I would imagine, since he's played in such circumstances. And Lucas Moura is the other man who makes way, and he is replaced by another Tottenham youngster. Jack Clarke is 20 years old. They spent quite a lot of money on him, signing him from Leeds United. He's had a loan spell to increase his experience at Queen's Park Rangers, and Jack Clarke comes on for Spurs for what is his third appearance in Tottenham's first team.
Yeah, and he's a talented winger, is Clarke. We'll look to get the ball out to him at every opportunity. Runs at defenders, really nicely balanced. As is this young man.
From Madrid to Marine.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, with all due respect to Dele Alli, who's been magnificent, and all the other Tottenham players in the squad, when it does come to the scramble for shirts after the game, Gareth Bale's will be the one they're all after. Touches.
I think that just emphasises the influence that Dele Alli has had in this game. Lots of touches, but not just having lots of touches. Certainly he's been so productive. Great range of pass, superb attitude to the game tonight.
He has basically dictated what has been happening out there, Dele Alli. Marine substitute will be Alex Doyle. They have a throw-in which Barragan is going to take, 25 minutes to play. Tanganga. It's a goal kick, and it might be an opportunity now for Neil Young to make that change. Here it is, and it's Josh Shamami who is coming off. He's worked hard in that midfield.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt Neil Young knows that his team have put a lot into this FA Cup tie. They're tiring. They need fresh legs. They just need some energy just to get themselves to the end of the 90 minutes without too much more damage.
Sorry, Clive. Alex Doyle is a teenager on loan at Marine from League Two Salford, and they extended his loan in order that he could be available for this game. Actually played for Salford against Manchester United's under-23s earlier this season in an EFL trophy game, which Manchester United's kids won 6-0. This isn't Tottenham's under-23 side, but there is now quite a youthful feel to it with White and Devine and Clarke and Tanganga on the pitch.
Yeah, and it's a valuable experience for them playing in this environment, having to deal with the conditions but also deal with the opposition.
Ben Davis, Jenson Fernandez, Gareth Bale. Doherty, Tanganga.
Problem is now, Steve, they are fatigued. They are finding it difficult to get close to make any sort of physical challenge. Having to stay very, very compact, our Marine, otherwise they're going to be played through and round quite easily.
It's a free kick to Spurs for the challenge by Anthony Miley.
Might well be Gareth Bale's first touch, and I think he fancies an attempt at goal from here.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
One of those strikes where he hits through the middle of the ball, Steve, and he tries just to make it wobble in the air.
He looks keen. It was exactly that, and Bailey Passant managed to shuffle it around the post for a corner kick. It's the dip, isn't it?
I think it was just that it was straight at him. Had it have been a yard either side, it would have been very difficult. You can see it's wobbling in the air. It just hits right through the middle of the ball.
Corner played short. Clark. Jetson Fernandez hit Raven. Kengi came off the heel of Doherty, back to Neil Kengi. Joyce. Good turn. Tanganga covering for Tottenham. Hasn't left yet, Jürgen. This is a football area. Good challenge. Solomon Davis. Marine aren't even really the biggest non-league club in the area, to be honest. You'd think you'd have to say that Southport would, with their history, be probably the premier non-league side in these parts, as Spurs make another change, and Region is coming on for Ben Davis. That's a straight swap. 20 minutes to go when you've been working very hard. The pace of Sergio Region coming on is not welcome if you're a Marine defender, because he can shift. Ben Davis off.
Yeah, I think just a case of protecting one or two of his senior players. Jose Mourinho, the heavy schedule that they have.
Got a game at Aston Villa on Wednesday in the Premier League. Good driving run forward. It's just behind Carlos Vinicius, who hasn't really had... well, he's had one chance, hasn't he, second half, to add to his first half hat-trick.
Yeah, just a one left foot shot on the half turn.
Jetson Fernandez, Matt Doherty. There's Bale. Harvey White back to Jetson Fernandez. Cummins trying to cut off the route back to Joe Hart, but it's found its way to the former England goalkeeper.
Really has had a comfortable evening, Steve, hasn't he? Just that one long-range shot in the first half which thundered against his crossbar. Other than that, hasn't had a save to make. I think it just emphasises how dominant Spurs have been.
Well, it's a journey for Marine that started in the FA Cup preliminary round in the second week of September, with a game here against Barnoldswick Town. They were losing 1-0 with 3 minutes to go. It might all have ended then, but they came back and won it 2-1, beat Frickley Athletic in the next round, Runcorn, Linnet, Nantwich, Chester, Colchester, Haventon, Waterlooville, en route to the biggest day in the club's history, which is going to expect exactly how everybody expected it to finish.
But they've won the Cup, Steve. They have won the FA Cup to get here.
They certainly have. Could be another 127 years before we see a gulf such as this. 161 league places in the league pyramid between Marine and Tottenham Hotspur. The 5 goals between them at the moment, 17 to play. Clark, Tanganga, Doherty. Harvey White. Alfie Devine just losing out. Barragan. Cummins, Barragan again. Behind Kengi, and look at the appetite here. And he's onto it very quickly, Jack Clark. Clark will cut inside. Can he get a shot away? He can't, but he finds White, and that was well off target on his wrong side.
I think there was a quiet word from Gareth Bale there, who made a run, and he was expecting Jack Clarke just to reverse that ball back into his path before the Harvey White shot was high and wide.
It's not often Tottenham Hotspur players get the chance to play in a stadium where you could put the ball over the stand. Doesn't happen very often in the Premier League. Devine is coming off. He is going to be replaced by Kenny Strickland. With 16 minutes to go. That's Jay Devine, the Marine Devine, and Strickland, number 14, on for him. And Cummings is coming off. He's worked hard up front, has Niall Cummings. And Ryan Wignall comes on in his place. And I was telling you about that preliminary round game against Barnoldswick when they were 1-0 down with 3 minutes to go. Well, the man has just come on. Ryan Wignall scored the equaliser in that game. I suppose it was the platform upon which this cup run was built. Barragan, in fact, Wignall has won the FA Youth Cup twice with Liverpool. Number 16 has just come on. Just goes to show, Clive, talking about the FA Youth Cup and youth team football, that Wignall, 31 now, was a member of the FA Youth Cup winning team for Liverpool. 2006 beat Manchester City in the final. I had a look at the Liverpool side that played in that final. None of them made it at Liverpool.
Incredible, and yet they were the best at their age in the age group. To win the FA Youth Cup is no mean feat, and yet no one progressed to become fully fledged professionals and establish themselves.
Yeah, had careers, but not at that level.
Not at the highest level, not for Liverpool Football Club.
No, not at the top level.
I think it just shows how difficult it is, Steve. Even tonight, for these youngsters really getting their first opportunities at Spurs, there's no guarantee or longevity unless they continue to improve and perform at the highest level.
Edson Fernandez. Reguilon. Howard happy to run it away for Marine. Well, the job has been done. They won't have to walk home, as you put it, Clive. They'll be able to get on the bus. But
well, as you rightly said, Steve, right at the start, they couldn't win. They couldn't win. They've done a professional job. Dele Alli's shown a great aptitude for what was in front of him tonight, and the way that he's produced a performance that has been really influential in Spurs winning this game.
And I think that Jose Mourinho will think, well, you know, he'll have enjoyed the contribution of some of his kids, of course, and he'll have enjoyed the contribution from Dele Alli, though he may still, who knows, allow Dele Alli to move on. But he'll have also, so far, enjoyed the fact that they've had no injuries, of course, because that is something that you definitely don't want to pick up in a game like this if you're a Premier League manager.
Certainly, and now they're in the position that they are, the game won. Just a silly challenge that might cause an injury where he could lose important players at such a crucial stage of the season.
It's the first yellow card of the game. It goes to James Joyce. Free kick is cleared away by Raven. This is Ryan Wignall winning a throw-in for Marine.
Well, Steve, even a number of these Spurs lads will remember this, the whole environment, what the FA Cup means. There's a man who's at the top of his game, Heung-min Son.
Not needed. to see Spurs through to round 4 here. White with a long ball forward. It's Alfie Devine, his Raven for Marine. Barragan. And again. Ravens way up the pitch. Gave it away to Tanganga. Begins the long run back, David Raven, which at 35 in the 80th minute is a long run, but the referee's whistle gives him some time to get back. Foul by Doyle.
It was a good foul by Doyle because there was an opportunity with Raven so far forward that Spurs could have counter-attacked quickly and exposed that space.
Officially no fans here inside the ground, but it's been delightful for those who live next to the ground to have the opportunity to watch it at such close quarters. Marine will hope that they'll be back again for their next game, whenever that may be. Football in the Northern Premier League Northwest Division has been suspended under coronavirus protocol, so they have no idea when they will next play. They haven't played at all since Boxing Day. Doherty can't quite get onto that. And, you know, maintaining fitness levels in that scenario must be incredibly difficult.
Very difficult. They only train two nights a week, Tuesday, Thursdays and Saturdays at the weekend if they're not playing. But yeah, difficult for this group. They all have jobs as well, so it's not as straightforward as it might seem.
David Raven makes way and is replaced by Danny Shaw, who is a physio with the National Health Service. Danny Shaw. And we'll get the last 10 minutes of this one. And David Raven, who is by a distance the most experienced player in Marine's side in terms of league appearances. He played nearly 200 times for Inverness Caledonian Thistle in Scotland. Makes way. He actually played in the Scottish Cup semi-final for Inverness Caledonian Thistle. They beat Celtic, reached the final, but he missed it injured. Region with the cross. Devine. Jensen Fernandez. Region back inside. Clark here for Tottenham, turning it square, and that's deflected into the gloves of Passant off Strickland.
Passing the movement has been very, very good, Spurs, this evening, and it has to be on what's not been the easiest of surfaces.
Well, a wonderful day for the club, a wonderful day for Neil Young, who has worked with the local railway company for some 28 years, still does. That's his day job, this is his passion and his hobby.
Took a week off this week, I believe. Yeah. Rightly so, just to prepare, but quite right. Most unbelievable FA Cup run they've had at Marine.
Welcome. Actually says, well, hello Jose, due to unforeseen circumstances I'm single, have you got Jurgen's number? Said that banner. Strickland for Marine. Here's Kengi with a chance. Blocked by Rodon.
Defending well was Rodon when called upon.
Now here come Tottenham Hotspur. Jensen Fernandez.
Poor decision. Reguilon on the left hand side was completely free. The Spurs went 4 against 2 on the counter attack.
Clark. Gareth Bale on the turn. What Marine haven't done, which I think is to their credit, is they haven't just chased a goal and left themselves open at the back and ended up with a real spanking. That can happen, can't it?
Yeah, no, they've been disciplined in the way they've gone about the game. They've tried to keep their shape. This was the closest they came. Joe Hart is a lucky man, because he's deeming that that's going over the crossbar before it dips there. Thunders against his crossbar.
That would have been the headline maker, wouldn't it, if Marine had taken the lead.
Steve, I'm not so sure that Gareth Bale might well have felt that calf just a few minutes before, when he spun and attacked and tried to strike the shot. It's moving okay at the moment. He's certainly stretched that right calf, which has been bothering him for a number of weeks now.
It's Clark. Speaker in somebody's garden that they've cranked up for the last 5 minutes. Tanganga. Doherty. Well, not much chance of Marine turning it around in the last 5 minutes at 5 goals down, but they're still getting support from the neighbours. Clark, Reguilon, Jensen Fernandez to Harvey White. It's Clark to Fernandez. Mistake by Solomon Davis. Clark cuts inside, goes for a little curler, which is kneed away.
They're very tired, aren't they? They just can't get close to Spurs at the moment. As long as they keep the ball moving, they're going to find it very, very difficult to have any sort of contact of the ball in these final 5 minutes.
It's Jensen Fernandez. Bale. Remember this day, the Marine players, everyone connected with the club, of course, will remember it for a very long time, but I don't think anyone's going to remember it for longer than Alfie Devine, are they, Clive? 16-year-old Tottenham man on the ball here, playing it into the path of Sergio Reguilon, and that's a goal kick, because Alfie Devine, just 16 and 5 months old, on his debut, with his first ever goal.
It doesn't get much better than that. It's a memorable occasion, making your debut, but to be able to score as well, he will remember it for the rest of his career, there's no doubt about that, as will this man, Vinicius, with a hat-trick, whose first half contribution, fortunate with the first, on hand for the second, and then quite brilliant for the third. This is a sensational way to score your hat-trick. We haven't seen a lot of him in the second half, but...
No, but he'd put the game out of reach for sure with that first half hat-trick. Party started early by the sounds of it. Jensen Fernandez. Alfie Devine to Gareth Bale. Sergio Reguilon. Vinicius to the byline and gathered by Bailey Passant.
Come on!
Last two. The thing you would say about Jose Mourinho, Clive, is that he gets English domestic cup competitions, doesn't he, in a way which some managers who've come into the country haven't. I mean, it may be just that he likes winning trophies and he sees them as a chance for doing that, of course, but he has always respected the cup competitions here.
Absolutely, and I think it's emphasised by the team he's put out here tonight, the way that they've gone about the game. He would have been emphasising that beforehand. And yeah, he's a lover of the game. He knows, obviously, how important the FA Cup is in the football terms in this country. It's the best cup competition in the world. It always will be, and it is quite magical.
He's actually only won it once, Jose Mourinho, in his first spell at Chelsea. Minimum of 2 added minutes. Here's Clark.
Well, for these Marine lads, Steve, it might well be the biggest game that they ever play in their careers. Might never get any better than this. I think they've acquitted themselves well. It was a difficult task. The Spurs team that kind of had done the job properly, there's no doubt about that. They couldn't really win on the night. But for me, the biggest winner once again is the FA Cup.
Yeah, it's certainly a day which will warrant a paragraph in the next history book of the competition, and it'll be a thick book, but this will certainly warrant its place because, as we've said, there's never before been such a large gap between two clubs playing each other in the competition. And here's Alfie Devine, and Vinicius is in the middle. Clark is arriving. It's Vinicius who misses. Could have teed up Clark. Perhaps he should have teed up Clark, but he wanted a fourth.
Yeah, that was a poor decision from Vinicius. Alfie Devine, good run. I think he's actually looking to fire that ball with pace. He doesn't strike it particularly cleanly, but it comes to Vinicius, or on the half-turn tries to strike. I think that Jack Clark was the better option.
But in all the excitement of looking forward to this game, if you're in the Marine camp, Clive, there would have been, I think, in Neil Young, just a little bit of trepidation, because he would have feared, I expect, that it might have been a real hammering. In the end, it is a defeat. It's a comfortable Tottenham victory, but it's not what he would have feared. His side have played well, and in the end have been, in inverted commas, only beaten 5-0, and he'll take a lot from that, the way they've played.
Absolutely. They've been a credit to their football club tonight.